Here's Windows XP build 2481. And this is what we're selling Windows XP. Woo! To the public. Oh. Windows 2000? Windows 2000, you lawyer? You lawyer, 1946, made that. 1997. 1997. This is the first non-build to introduce Windows 2000 branding. Although the name of Windows NT 5.0, you still have NT 5.0. You still have NT 5.0. You have to do that, Microsoft. Also, it uses the home as the default font for the user interface. The default color scheme is now consistent with beige hue and lighter shades of blue for the title bar caption, which will remain used for subsequent builds. The previous color scheme is still available under the Windows Classic name, which would be Windows 1998, built 1998. The appearance of WinForce.exe has been updated largely, now featuring a banner with the Windows version on SKU instead of the Windows NT logo. Despite this, the copyright date remains 1981 to 1997, despite being built nearly at the end of 1998. A change that first took effect way back in build 1515. The copyright date would finally be updated in build 1983. Shut up! It is no longer possible to change screen resolution and color depth during setup as the page to configure these settings have been removed. This build introduces new startup and shutdown sounds that resembles the ones heard in the RT, which persisted until build 2000.3. However, they are not set by default, which it does from build 1983 onwards. As well as a new login prompt, which persisted until Windows Vista build 5048, which is final. When the disk is inserted, a new Autobahn program is used, which already has a design used in the RTM. Its name setup.exe and is located in the root disk. The previously used application, Autobahn.exe, located in the i386 folder, however, it is still available and retained its design from Windows 94.0 with its branding. This is the last build to contain this program. The minimum disk size for installation increased from 605 to 653 megabytes. Common controls now have a wider appearance while in 16 colors, though this change became reverted in build 1989. This build introduces the shutdown event tracker, though being disabled by default. This is a new feature in this build. The following hails were removed: Goodbye DLL and Hello Shutdown Event Tracker. Additionally, ACPI Uniprocessor and ACPI Multiprocessor are now referred to as ACPI Uniprocessor PC and ACPI Multiprocessor PC, so they added the PC word. Along with the removal of the PS2 HAL, the driver for the microchannel-based IBM Spock SCSI adapter Spock DLL has been removed as well. Yeah, it has been removed. The removed program's control panel Apples.cpl has been redesigned to look nearly entered to the final version. This is also the first known build to introduce a user and passwords applet in the plwiz.exe. Several applets also have been renamed. Network connections, power management, modems, sounds, internet, and modify hardware have been renamed to network and dial-up connections, power options, phone modem options, sounds and multimedia, internet options, and add or remove hardware, respectively. The telephony applet has been removed and its functionality was split between the newly made network and modem applets. The ODBC data sources applet has been removed as well. A button to properties has been added to the status window of a network connection. When connecting to the network with the sysray icon disabled, a balloon pop-up appears showing the network speed. Rename the 0x14 Buckjack name to its final name. Create, delete, lock, not blocked. Slightly modify the spacing of a few message codes. Added Buckjack to Windows file protection, which they set a file was replaced by a running application in Windows that replaced the file with an original version and was removed. New Buckjack codes have been added as well. Windows 2000. Windows 2000. Come here, come here, come here. Windows 2000, build 1946. Even in Windows XP 2481. Yeah, that's right. Windows 2000 sounds are also used in Windows XP build 2481. Yeah, Microsoft actually used the Windows 2000 sound. 2000 sounds. That's in Windows XP. Windows XP! Windows XP! Yeah! Windows XP! Yes! The boot screen was updated to its final animation, which replaces the breathing, loading text animation with 3 progressing blue bars. Along with this, the copywriting Microsoft Corporation text were moved from the middle to the bottom left corner. The version 2002 text remained and was moved to the bottom left corner on top of the copyright text, which would be removed in build 2485. The save to shutdown screen has been updated to include a black background instead of a light purple one. The background of the Windows banner is now also white instead of black. The alternative auto check boot screen, which can be invoked by adding /SOS to boot.ini, also has the XP text recolored from white to orange. The text welcoming the user to Windows XP RC1 was removed at the beginning of the GUI setup. The monitor settings window has been reworded to include more information about the monitor resolution change. The pre-OB loading screen has been modified to include the previously mentioned updated boot screen. In case of the startup failure, the system now shows a screen where the user can start Windows with either safe mode or last known good configuration options. In relation to this, the option for the timer to display these memory options in the system applet under Startup and Recovery is now available after being grayed out since its introduction in build 2469. Look and feel. Almost all Windows Whistler references in the setup and user interface were replaced with Windows XP. Alongside this, the comments link located on the title bar Windows was removed. This build is currently the earliest available build to include the olive green and silver Luna theme variations under the names of Homestead and Metallic respectively. The Windows flag animation on the login screen was replaced with the static Windows logo, which is different from the one used in build 2465. The turn off computer option also had the computer text replaced with the computer name. Sounds and events. The Windows XP sound scheme has been introduced. This sound scheme, unlike later builds, contains a higher bit rate compared to builds after 2481, making it the only available build to have the higher quality version of the Windows XP sounds. Additionally, they are outputted in the stereo at a 44.1 kHz sampling rate. On first boot, these sounds were used. Only Windows default. However, this ends up being reverted back to the Windows 2000 sounds upon reaching the desktop, as the Luna theme file was not updated to utilize the new sound. This build also contains a special sound for opening the start menu as well, which was dropped in later builds. Windows XP start button .wave. With the addition of the new Windows XP sound scheme, the Utopia sound scheme was removed from the install system, with the exception of the closed program sound ClickerX.wave. The files for this sound scheme have, however, remained in the installation media up until Windows XP Service Pack 3. This is the first build to introduce new sounds events. There will be the RTM respectively, device failed to connect, print complete, system notification, log off, log on. A sample music subdirectory was added to the My Music folder. The subdirectory includes the Beethoven Symphony No. 9, Scherzo, New Stories, Highway Blues, sample music files, the Drunken Test, and MIDI file, as well as copies of the Flourish, One Stop It Down, and MIDI files. Several programs have been added to the default recently used programs list. These include MSN Explorer, Windows Movie Maker, Tour Windows XP, and the Files and Settings Transfer Wizard. A new Printers and Faxes option was added to the start menu, while a Windows Catalog link was added to the Classic start menu. The log off and shutdown options of the Classic start menu have also received new icons. The Windows XP Tour has been updated to its RTM counterpart and is now fully complete and functional. As such, a new Tour Windows XP program was added, which launches a menu where the user can select whether to use the Flash version or the HTML version of the Tour. The stop error code was moved below the troubleshooting text on the system and text on the system crash screen. A technical information tag was also added before the code, which is stored in the message table as 0x4 quintuple 083. Slightly simplified instructions for the bug check code 0xEA, removing the reference to VGA mode. IPv6.exe now spoops down a list of usable commands, even without the IPv6 stack being installed. The ability to enable or disable mobile IPv6 security checks using the m-on-off argument in IPsec6.exe has been removed. Said argument remains mentioned in the command list though, albeit with a description to it being removed as well. The following kernel functions have been added to kernel32.dll with getNative system info, WTS API 32.dll, WTS query user token, haha, yeah, Windows XP, Windows XP, Windows XP, Windows XP.